When we were living in Germany,
I was 12 and he was about 10.
and he started jamming with a drummer at school. And I remember that guy would bring his drum kit over to the house and I'd sit behind it, and I just kind of fell in love with drums, right?
He really wanted to be in my band, and I was like,
If you stay in the basement, if I lock you in the basement,
I literally locked him in the basement.
I want you to learn
Seek and Destroy by Metallica.
Brian already knew a bit of drums at the time, so he really inspired me.
And he learned the song in like half a day.
It really pushed me. So I got drum lessons with my teacher, Alex Landenberg.
So I was like, I gotta stay true to my word, And yeah, we've been playing together ever since. I think every single band that I've ever started has involved Chris. It's always been Chris and I, with a revolving door of other people for the past 14, 15 years now. Yeah, I mean, this recent incarnation of Old James started just basically out of frustration. We moved into this house. There was like 15 of us in this house. Just everybody was in a band, everybody was into making noise, and everybody was into partying, so it was perfect. Andy moved into that house. Braden, our bass player at the time, moved into that house, and we did our first EP as Old James with Andy.
Well, I've learned a thing or two from me a million times. How to free myself with confidence, never underestimate the mind.
When I first came in here at Hummingbird, it was as like just a booking agent.
Chris is more brainy, so he was like, he did 1 shift or 2 shifts with me and said, F it. He's like, I'm not into this moving. So he came here and wanted to be a drum teacher, and they ended up just kind of saying, well, you're qualified to be the manager here, so why don't you manage? And from there, they needed a band coach. They're like, hey man, why don't you come do this? All right.
Brian and I really pushed what we call band program. So we have over 500 students at the school, but Brian and I went around, we're like, let's go meet some kids. So for 1 week straight, we were going into each classroom every half an hour, splitting up and just talking to every kid and saying, hey, do you want to play in a band? Do you want to be part of what we call band program? Because last fall when I first came here, we had 3 bands. Now we have 14.
I've worked with kids on numerous occasions, and I get along with kids great,
Brian, I think 14 years ago, I remember him being a part of something called Jam Clinic. It was like a 2-week program over the summer. And one of the teachers here now, she's been here for like 25 years, but he was Brian's guitar teacher in Jam Clinic like 14 years ago. And now we're working with him here. But the cool part of this story is like, Brian was a part of that, and I remember seeing him play up on stage, and he had just learned guitar, right? And he's playing with other kids and being formulated in the band. So it's really cool that, since Brian was in this program way back in the day when he first started, now with his experiences professionally, he's able to give back to the kids. So it's almost like a generational thing. When we book the showcases, that's getting them out of this rehearsal room, like into a real club environment, into a venue where professional sound, professional light show, and for the parents, that's something that's really unique.
Up next, we have a dude that I've known for my whole life. This is my brother.
There's no school for what we do. You pack your shit and you hit the fucking road, that's it, And that's where our heads are at. We just want to record and we want to tour. We've been put through the ringer time and again, and we're still here. So it's kind of been this roller coaster trying to get this album out, and the songs keep coming. So we literally have about 3 albums of material written, so we're ready to just keep going. I want to tour until I'm a million years old. I want to be recording. I want to be hitting the road. I want to be able to, play harder and better than anybody every night for the rest of my life.
Well, I wish I could say